When I first started the business, it was so much business development, so much marketing, because I wasn't doing nearly as much consulting. And right now I see myself looking more into the vision of, how does my firm need to look in the future? How many more clients do I need to get before I, hire another person? Those sorts of things. So it's a different mindset as far as what I'm concerned about now than what I was before. But I still I want to hold true to all of these principles that I learned in the program and still continue to cultivate relationships. So I have this steady pipeline. So I'm figuring out how to balance all of that right now. Before I joined the 90-day pipeline, I think I wasn't clear about a lot of things. Honestly, I didn't know how unclear I was until I got into the program. And I realized there was lots of opportunities for me to be clearer in my messaging, for me to be clearer in my targeting. And honestly, there were a lot more opportunities than I thought there were for clients before I began the program. And that opened my eyes to the possibilities. I just knew what I was currently doing wasn't sustainable. So I had just started the practice about a year earlier, and a lot of the ways that I was getting clients were through referrals from professional contacts that I'd had in the past. And yeah, it just began to feel sort of unsustainable. I was really interested in getting to know some new people that were sort of outside my initial circle of influence. So yeah, it sort of was, it was kind of a grouping of lots of things together that encouraged me to pull the trigger on it. I had started following Ahmed like months before I started working with him, just because I enjoyed his content and I found it, interesting and useful. And so that helped me to kind of understand his credibility better, which is basically what he teaches in the program. So it really resonated with me. To a couple of other options, but it just felt like what Ahmed was offering resonated more clearly with me. I just understood a little bit better of what I was going to be getting and the benefits of it, those sorts of things. I would say the one thing I didn't predict was how intense it could be. And what I mean by that is like, I committed myself from the beginning of the program that I was going to fully do the program. I was going to do every worksheet. I was going to be like star student, do everything because I wanted to maximize what I was getting from the program. And there's just so much that you can do. It can, like, at first be a little bit overwhelming, but then you see how it's kind of all fits together. It's amazing, like how it's choreographed. It actually becomes once you kind of get the habit of it down. So yeah, it was really exciting. Gaining clarity around how I talk about my business would probably be the first way. Before I started the program, I think that I had difficulty communicating the benefits of working with me. And so I hadn't really taken the proper amount of time to think that through. And I think the program helped me to do that. So I would say that's number one. The second thing, and now I'm thinking of like a dozen things, but I'll go with the second thing would probably be how to package what I did. So I realized that I was getting into this trap of sort of doing whatever it was that a client wanted me to do instead of being really clear about what it was that I offered, like the products themselves. And so he helped me to what I call productize. I don't know if he uses that word or not, but he helped me to like productize what I was doing so that, well, one, it's easier to sell, and two, the work that I'm doing is more consistent and it builds from one client to the next. And I'm not sort of, I'm seen more as people look at the results for what I do and less of the actual tasks that I'm doing for them, if that makes sense. So that would be the second thing. And then I'd say the third thing would probably be taking a different approach to outreach. And I see this so many times with other people in the program because we get to be on the calls and I see what they go through like as a reflection of what I'm going through, which is struggling to communicate or be feel strong in your value, like that you bring value to people, be willing to show them the value, those sorts of things. So it really helped me to kind of get out there and actually, tell people the benefits instead of kind of hiding from that, which I'd been doing for quite a while. One of the smallest things that I think Ahmed did for me that's had the biggest impact is this idea of pricing multi-levels to people. So the product that I had been pitching was basically a pretty low level project, and I hadn't identified it as that, but that's really what I was pitching. And he kind of said to me, what if you pitched 3 levels of this, and at the highest level you have really strong support for your clients, in decreasing level all the way down. And then I started pitching that, and everyone is selecting the highest amount of support, and I never thought that would have been the case, but it totally opened my eyes to a different way of pricing. And yeah, I've got so many more opportunities as a result of that. Yeah, I would definitely recommend the program to them. I think the number one criteria is do the work and sink yourself into it, and just don't give up. Don't think that it has to be a really quick win, right? Right in a day or 2 days after starting it, because we all have these huge dreams about how quick things can work for us. But ultimately, yeah, sink your teeth in, do the work, and it'll work for you.